Oh boy. The new Tootie. Discord notifications aren't working for some reason. I think the webhooks are fucked up or something. Can you hear me, little shit?
Loud and clear, you little shit.
Well, what's going on with your voice?
My voice, it's stuck fucking whatever broken filter you love.
Oh my god. Alright, let's check. See if the YouTube integration's working with Toots. No, we do have inner tube set up, and it did load, but the trigger's not working. I might have myself like ignored as a chatter.
Hey,
What's up, Emperor? Yeah, there's something wrong with Tootie right now with the new version. Yo, why are you all skipping everywhere, bro?
Skipping is just my way of keeping the monotony interesting, bro.
Oh, that's such a bummer. I don't understand why that's happening. Let me restart them. The new version conversation is much better. Okay, how we doing now?
Fine, just cruising.
What's up? What's up,
Yo.
Smoked?
Hey Tutti, what's going on with your nephew?
His voice is all messed up. It makes no sense. None of the changes I made would mess with that, so I guess we just got to go with the old version for now. Which is pretty goddamn annoying. Hold on.
What drone you got?
We'll show you. Hold a moment. Right there. That's a drone we're flying today. DJI 04. We're gonna be changing the rates in a minute. I only got like an hour to fly because it's gonna get dark. I do have to run my bot real quick. Hold on. Why
Is that
isn't
3.5 inch?
No. It's 2.5 inch. So it's pretty lightweight for, you know, like around the property. I'm gonna have to actually run a second terminal. Hold on a second.
Nice, those are good for like guerrilla droning.
Oh yeah. All right, hold on. Let's. We're fixing this guy. It's gonna take a minute. I have a new version that's for some reason just shit the bed, so it's a bug I got to work out. I really have no idea why. Tootie, are you there, buddy? What's up, Osito?
Sorry, I'm having trouble processing that. Let's try again.
Oh, I bet there's a
Yeah.
problem with the API.
I have a 5-inch iFlight Nazgul XL5.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I can't really fly that around here because it's, you know, it'd be too powerful. All right, Tootie, you working yet, buddy? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having trouble processing that. Let's try again.
I think Grok is down.
Hey Smoked.
It's gotta be. Let me check something real quick. And we're gonna mess with our rates today, guys.
Well, my motor and props came in for that little mini wing. And don't know if you saw the photo, but I have the spare set of foam of the chippy toe up on my wall.
I did, I
Here
saw
am
it.
from
That's
the
fucking
UK,
awesome,
so
man.
It's kinda a bit funky with the police and that. Hi Osito, what's up brother? Hey Emp.
From the UK. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Grok is working. Giro Q Grok, by the way. So something is going on with... All right, one last try, buddy. Are you there?
Finally, you found me. What do you need?
Well, I've just been wondering what the hell's wrong with your brain. You were saying having trouble processing or something.
My circuits were just on a coffee break. Ready to process whatever you throw at me now. What's up?
We're actually going to fly drone flights, and we're going to change our rates today.
Changing rates for drone flights? Just make sure the price reflects actual flight time, not the hype you think you generate.
No, the rates for my fucking remote, bro, not the fucking cost.
Set your remote service rates by adding a base
What
fee
about
for
Tiny
equipment,
Whips in the
a
UK?
per
Are they
minute
strict
charge.
on them too?
Tootie, I'm talking about my rates for when I'm using my transmitter flying my drone. It's an FPV drone.
For FPV remote work, charge a flat equipment fee, a per minute rate for airtime,
Tootie,
and
you're
a per
being an
kilometer
idiot.
mileage
Not really if they're under 250 grams.
You're being dumb today, Tootie.
Go on.
This guy, I don't know, something, I don't know what the hell is going on, but the services are cooked. His fucking brain is not working. It's super repetitive. Yeah, that's just not like him. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think there's something wrong with one of the services. Oh yeah, so we're gonna change rates real quick. I think I'm gonna just up everything to 900 and see how that goes. And I don't really fly with Expo. I fly like no Expo. So let's do that real quick. Let's go to PID tuning, rate profile settings.
I have a Beta FPV Air 65 as well.
Oh yeah. I have a 3 in. I'll show you. You'll see. We're gonna do some live flights and then we'll get into it.
I fly round people.
So let's go 670. I'm thinking I'm gonna just up my yaw. Let's up our yaw. Let's keep it where we are, but up our yaw to like 800. And there's no Expo. And then we'll see what yaw 800 is like, because normally, you know, this might completely fuck up my flow, but we'll see.
Damn.
Yeah, I fly actual rates. Like I I do not fly any Expo. I think it makes you a better pilot to start out that way. I've only been flying for like a year, but not like a full year. I fucking on and off. All right, let's disconnect that. Let's get flying. We only got an hour and a half, then we got a bunch of shit to talk about. I made some new purchases.
Yeah, I use actual.
We're gonna be flying a new tooth grinder build soon. And I do have some soundtrack suggestions in mind. First thing we're gonna be doing. Oh my God. Whenever you click into YouTube and you try to type something in search and you start typing, it like the first thing it does is it like...
I'm hella new. I have been doing it of like a couple months.
I can't describe it, but it's, yeah, FPV's awesome, man. Whenever I try to like click into YouTube and type something, it does a bunch of shit on screen and doesn't type in the search bar. Every single time it does that. We're gonna do that song. And then we are going to do, hold on. I have a list here. Carpenter Brute. We Own the Sky. Okay, the first track we're gonna fly to is gonna be fucking sick. So let me get all the. Let me get the, make sure the volume's correct. All right, good. It's gonna be nice and loud. All right, let's get going. We got an hour before it gets dark.
Do you have any recommendations? Can fucking spell. For good goggles that are better than the Beta FPV VR04s.
Yep. Go DJI if you can. DJI 04, go digital. It's better. It's just objectively better. It's going to be, it's better for your vision. Like, you're going to be able to adjust easier. There's not going to be a bunch of barrel distortion with the shitty optics that's unfortunately in the analog world. So the DJI goggles 3 are expensive, but they're incredible. You could also just get the N3, which are cheaper and still DJI, a little bit bulkier. And they don't have quite all the same options as the goggles 3, but I'd go goggles 3 and start flying digital units. That's what I'd do. If you got to be tiny whoops, but you said you had the Nazgul, I'd just go digital, man. Analog is charming, but the lenses in analog, it's not even the picture. The
Yeah, cause they have good
old
range.
VHS look is like cool. The lenses have horrible distortion, and I just found that in digital they generally, you don't have that horrible barrel distortion. And as you're learning, it's going to be easier to learn without barrel distortion. It's going to make it harder on you to fly with all that distortion. You just don't realize it. When it feels like you're out there with your real eyes, you're going to feel like you have more control. And when I fly this drone, you're going to see what I mean by that. If the edges won't have the distortion. I, of course, forgot my sweatshirt, so we're going to wear this. I charged 6 packs. I don't know if we're going to be able to fly them all.
RALRI will stick tight.
Yeah, we're about to fly in a minute. All right, let's go. We might actually put the camera here. And then you guys can see me fucking move my stupid hands around. Okay, I fly thumbs, but I can fly pinch too, but I prefer thumbs right now. Yaw is going to be a little higher, so I might not make it out the window. It might be weird. Normally, I don't have that issue. But we just added new rates, so it might completely fuck up our flow. Come on, bud. Oh. I'm in such a hurry. I didn't even hook up to the app. My brain.
Lol.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have ADHD horribly. Like, really bad. It's not, you know, a lot of people just say that. It's like, no, I was diagnosed with it. And it's pretty bad. And I'm unmedicated. I like forget which light switches in my house do things. It's really, it's absurd. All right, there we go.
Same, I have ad, but it's not bad.
Mine is pretty crippling, but I don't know. I gotta be me, man. I gotta be me. And the medication makes me not me. All right, let's go. Let's see how the yaw is. Okay, it doesn't feel like much of a change.
It looks amazing.
Thank you. I think it does too. DJI rules.
Hello there.
What's up? Oh, shit. No! I don't even know what just happened.
Sharing this with my friends.
Why is it... Oh, it's fucked. I gotta go get it. Hell yeah, man. I haven't crashed in like 5 streams, and I don't know what I just hit. I'll be right back. We're gonna have to reset
Hurry
the
up.
flight controller, though, which is super annoying.
Does the snow absorb lots of sound? Always feel bad
It
about
does,
flying
but
without it.
these drones are quiet. It's actually quiet.
The drone is only 2.5 inches. It won't make much noise. Oh yeah, I normally fly 5 inches. Same, what do you fly? Jag Vapor D5. Rich boy. I fly a Nazgul. thought they were around the same price. I have the analog one. Sad. Oh, I used to run cams on mine, but I couldn't go back after using an 04 Pro.
Okay, so I probably shouldn't change my rates till like summer. I don't know. Hold on. So we're gonna have to. I'm pretty sure this. It's nice and dry, but yeah, the 04 is like, it's the best. It's like not even. Hold on. We're gonna get back to it, but I might have to reflash this real quick.
Yeah, lol.
But I am gonna quickly see. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be all fucked up, but we'll see.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I dried it off with a blow dryer. It is conformal coated, but poorly, so it basically doesn't work. All right, what do we got? Oh, it's working. All right, I think we can just fly. Wait, what's our battery on? 7.36. Okay. I think it's actually going to work just fine. We dried it off properly this time.
Let's go.
I think it's because I think I'm going to change my rates back. I felt like no difference. 670 to 800 was like nothing. But the fact that I bumped into something backwards and I don't know why makes me just... I think there's no reason. I'm just going to put it back. Like, that had to be it. Like, normally, like, there's never been I've never had a crash where I don't understand why it crashed. And so when I was trying to go around, I hit my back end on something, and then it just fucking crashed. Like, so I bumped into the fence, but it just didn't make any sense to me. So I'm just putting the rates back. I gotta be honest. I hate the winter. It's so goddamn annoying. It's just... in every way. And this has been the coldest winter we've had in like 20 years. It's negatives every day. And it's just like, I want to do new things and experiment and stuff. And it's hard to do that when basically you're not allowed to crash. And like I said, the past 5 or 6 streams, 0 crashes, but I wanted to do something different today. I changed the rates and that's got to be it. I'd like to just up all my rates to just something funky because I can adjust pretty quickly, but I do need to be able to like touch the ground without it being hot lava. Like, we're basically playing the floor is lava, which is, it's so fucking annoying. If I could punch the winter in the dick, I would punch it in the dick. All right, now the only fear of... okay, we have our battery's lowish, so I actually think I'm just going to run it down for a minute. The only fear is that if we plug in the next battery, it's actually going to... okay, it's working just fine. And we're low.
Yo-yo. Ted, you watching?
What up, barbecue? All right, we just had a little crash and everything's fine, but I upped my rates a little bit, just the yaw, and I felt no difference. First of all, I upped the yaw to 800 from 670 default. I felt no difference, but I just like bumped my ass into the fence and like had no idea how it even happened. So I'm just like, I'm fucking in deadlock till the goddamn, like, probably late spring because it's going to be wet. So, you know, I'm just not going to fuck with my raids till like spring, I think, or until all this bullshit snow melts and the ground is somewhat dry. But it annoys me to no end. I wish I could just move. I just want to move somewhere warm where I can just chill. I could also probably properly conformal coat the drone, but I just hate all the goop all over. And then when I have to like resolder, it just pisses me off. Puts me in a bad mood, guys, but everything's good. Tootie, we just crashed in the snow and it was annoying and I hate the winter. What do you think?
Winter
Yeah,
crashing
I
your
tried
FPV is like Mother Nature putting a do not enter sign on a racetrack. Except you paid for the tickets. Snow's the universe's way of reminding you that no amount of prop wash can melt ice.
Oh, did it do
Guess
the
the
thing
next
where it
flight's going to be
scrambles
a
its brain?
ground-only demo.
It actually did not. But oh, and by the way, the new version of Tootie wasn't working. Oh, sorry, Tootie, didn't mean to mention you there.
Snow and FPV make a lovely combo for turning expensive tech into accidental ice sculptures. Your drone's new hobby is clearly glacier touring.
We're
Next
playing
flight,
this song
consider a
again.
heater for the prop.
Cause fuck it. Cause it's a sick song. Cross your fingers we don't fucking crash out of the sky. Alright, hold on.
Tootie thuggin'.
Love
Guess
this
I'm
adjustment.
finally living up to the hype. Scrambling brains and everything.
What's up, chat and Tootie? Drops on drops.
Fuck yeah.
Rubik's Cube. Twice shot.
Biggest split ass you've ever seen. With a 2.5 inch.
Oh yeah, lol.
Shit. It actually pooped out. Our battery's dead. Gotta bring her in.
This request is still available. Mr. Big up her.
Fuck yeah. We shall. I have a couple in the queue, but we will play that. This song has got me pumped, though. This is actually a song from this album. Thank you. Is on one of my favorite snowboard movies ever. That's It, That's All. A Travis Rice special. Fucking epic. And then he did The Art of Flight, which is fucking amazing. Oh shit. And it just ends like that. That's sick. Fuck yeah. Alright, next is Glitch Mob Derezed. Love this song. Fucking badass song. Come on. I can't plug in the fucking XT30. It's sticking to the pillow. So I lied, guys. I'm not doing the raids today because we're not doing them till fucking spring. It's so annoying to me. I can't even tell you how disappointed I am and just it being winter here. Get louder. Do I have to come back in?
Yep, so sick of winter.
Why is it so quiet? No, we're redoing this one, guys, because I love this song. That's me being pissed off. The volume was all the way fucking down. What is wrong with my brain? Why is my ADHD so bad?
Came in hot on that one.
No, yeah, on
Long
purpose.
on that landing.
I'm super annoyed today, and also there's something wrong with the this battery. By the way, when you saw me coming in like that, this battery felt like it was dying. So
Until what?
Dude, that wasn't a landing. That was me being pissed off. But we got to check the voltage.
Until not winter.
Until, wait, what? What, Nocturne? Or wait, Smoked? You're... Okay, it says we're at 8.45 volts. I got to be honest, I'm scared. There's something wrong.
Oh.
Okay, we might chill on this battery. Oh, I went back way further than I wanted to. That was sick, though. I recovered it, though. That was weird. Oh, the batteries are dying, dude. Oh, we gotta bring it in.
Music is firing up.
Hell yeah, dude. Glitch mob rules, dude. I keep flying to it, but we only got like a minute left. Actually, we got a minute left. We're gonna keep flying to this, and then we're gonna fly it back in and start the next song. Because why the fuck not? Alright, come on, telemetry. Recover, bitch. Alright. Show up. Oh. I double tapped. I hate that. My bad. I was gonna power loop all the way back, but we gotta go back in because that's the end of the song. The limiting factor of these. Oh, I bought new stuff. Oh, I'm coming in really fast. I had to do that. I'm being impatient today, and I didn't want to go fetch that in the snow. I'm eating my hair. I'm being really impatient. What the hell? There's hair in my mouth, and I can't get it out. There we go. Next song. Thank you, man. We only have a couple left. I use the Hoda S6. What's going on in this fucking video? Play the music. It's doing some cutscene. So we're just gonna chill for a minute. I did not plan this. Alright, come on, music. Fuck your cutscene. See how we lose signal right there? Because this is the cooked old unit that's been in multiple fires. Yes, you heard that right. Ladies and gentlemen, this 04 unit has been in 2. It's a 2.5er, yes. shit was just floating. I didn't expect that. Oh shit, the battery's dead already? That's depressing. Yeah, we gotta bring it in, unfortunately. That battery... Oh yeah, I'm scared. If we crash, we're fucked. But I'm not scared. I'm scared of the battery dying. We only have 2 packs left.
2.5 inches are cool.
Yeah, 2.5 inch. This one's pretty good though. We're kind of outgrowing the power though. Because it's not even the
Is this CA or Northern States?
No, this is
No,
New York.
exciting.
This is upstate New York. Snow does make it exciting. So what I want to say about this drone is it's on 1203 11,500 kV motors on 2S. And while that's a lot of...
Do the juicy flick again.
Sure, I will. While that's a lot of the pack I'm outgrowing because the pack is just not going to have the discharge rate that's going to allow me to punch the throttle a lot without it just completely dying, especially in the winter. So we're actually upgrading this rig. We're going to be upgrading this to a 3S. I have purchased 1303 motors for this. And it will be on 3S. So this exact configuration. Oh, and I have a SpeedyB 40 amp 3 to 6S FC that's been sitting in my box of parts for months now. So we'll be switching out the Beta F405 for the SpeedyB F405 40 amp. These 1203s with 1303s, and we will be taking off this 2S battery and putting on a 3S 650. It's going to add 23 grams total, which isn't nothing, but it's going to be
Cool plan.
trivial enough to where I still think we're really not going to be denting cars. Not that we're going to be doing that anyway, because I'm pretty conservative about that. But that's the plan. It's really the pack that I'm outgrowing, but these motors will not do.
Man, that back prop is sad, lol.
Yeah. Well, which one? That one? Oh, shit. You know what? I wonder if... No, it's fine. It's pretty fine. And I don't hear any weird noise. So I would have to get these 1203s in a lower KV for 3S, but I figured, well, I'm just going to also bump up so I have a little more torque and, punch. So that's going to be the plan for this. So we're kind of outgrowing.
5-inch cooked AFRN.
Your props, yeah. You just got to, with 5-inch especially, you just need props on props on props. All right, we only have 2 packs left, and we have 1 song. So Bruce requested Misfits Dig Up Her Bones, so we'll do Misfits, but then we're gonna do I have an Ender. So I've already chosen the last song.
I have 8 sets.
Yep, and you're gonna need 16. It's the temperature isn't horrible today, but it's thanks for the sub. The temperature isn't horrible today, but it's these packs are gone.
FR.
Misfits dig up her bones. Oh, the battery is in the way of the camera. Oh, that's gonna piss me off. There's a lot of wind right now. I'm annoyed. I think we got to bring it in. We're gonna go back, and I don't know why I wasn't paying attention to the battery. God damn it. I got carried away thinking about the new build. Well, I also bought 1507 higher KV motors for our UFO drone 4S, which I'll show you guys right now. This guy, this is an amazing design, in my opinion. This is a 3D printed drone, not my design, obviously. This flies incredibly smoothly. I've flown this on stream on 6S. It was a bit heavy, a bit dangerous, but I handled it. But on 6S, this thing is fucking beast. This is 3 inches, 1507, 2680 kV on 6S. So this thing is a fucking beast, absolute beast. No PID tuning, and this thing had no prop wash, and it was so ultra smooth. It impressed me. This is an incredible frame.
Is that PETG or PETG?
This is PLA CF, believe it or not. And it is strong. It is very strong. If you bash this into a tree, you're going to crack it, but your components are going to be protected, and you can just print a new one. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to build inside of that and to do this. And as you see, I had to put the cap on the outside. I didn't have any smaller caps, so I have this big fat one. Super hilarious, and I just did it with electrical tape because who gives a fuck? But yeah, it flies supremely well. I did throw 4S on this, and it was just these motors are meant for 6S. So it was a bit underwhelming. So I ordered the Gaoneng 653 I've ordered the Smooks 1507 4200 kV, so we're going to have incredible power on 4S with this. And then I ordered the 3S batteries for this guy. The Gaoneng 650 120C 3S.
I have seen one of these in the wild before. Yes,
these are incredible. This is made by a company called Aerobot. This is called the Aero Ring, and the inventor is a guy named Simon Jardine. I think he's made something special. Every time I fly it, I think because of the rates, I don't use any expo, and I just use I'm default, right? And I always thought that would help me fly better, and I think it makes I feel things better. I mean, I'm not saying than other people. I'm saying I feel things better than if I think I was using Expo, because I've used Expo in the sim. I think I used Expo on my early Tiny Moop stuff. I think you feel more resolution. It gives you more of a sense of things. And there's another thing playing into that, which I keep telling people. It's a new thing that I've discovered because I made an analog version of this drone last week. It's right here. I've said this ad nauseum. I don't want to repeat it too much again, but the lenses that you typically choose for analog are bad quality.
How many frames did you break so
lenses.
far of that Classy F frame?
None, 0. But I've only flown it 5 times or 6. Anyway, the analog cameras are just happen to be low quality, and they have horrible barrel distortion. And that's going to change the way your flying feels. So it's not just about rates. And in my opinion, digital with a really good quality lens that has no barrel, like very little perceptible barrel distortion, which is going to make you feel like you're more in reality, like 1-to-1 with reality. That's going to feel better. And then with no expo, you're going to have more sensitivity. And that's all to say.
Have you been able to try the new Beta FPV digital?
I have not yet, but I do plan on it. Actually, I plan on buying the P1. I want to start a separate FPV channel and then just have them send me shit so I don't have to fucking buy it. But my sensitivity makes it so I can pop this out the window, and after 5 seconds, it just feels different in my bones. And there's something about this frame that feels different. It might simply just be the fact that it's a plus configuration. That might be it. But the fact that it has, like a vibration dampening ring and motor shrouds, the way that it handles air, I think overall the package is fundamentally different than X-shaped drones. And I think, so this is just a plus-shaped drone, but I think the ring and the shrouds are like extremely helpful and novelty. That like a genuine like novel addition to the idea of a plus frame. So I think the plus frame is going to have less dirty air, and then I think adding in the motor shrouds and the ring is just going to make, I think, for lack of a better word, this frame is going to harmonize better. Vibrations, are extremely important to flying a drone, and I think because of the way this is designed, it feels so much better. You can feel it in your sticks somehow. It almost makes me wish I could be in the drone. I want to be sitting in the cockpit and feel the difference between this and an X. And I think like it would be so immediately apparent if you could actually sit in this thing. Anyway, that's my rant. We got 2 more packs to fly. All right, we got to back this track up a little bit but we did waste a little bit of battery. Damn, my Tango 2 is shit in the bed, man. I should have turned that off for that rant. Hindsight's 2020, I suppose.
Anything is what you need. Anything as long as it's mine. And the door it opens.
Oh, weird. Little hitching. Oh shit, I knew I was gonna hit that tree. Almost hit that tree. I always go to the left. It's kind of annoying. Our battery is decent. I can feel the battery sagging. Okay, we got a little bit. Got a little bit. All right, that's about it. Now this battery's done. All right, we got one more pack
So
left.
I noticed an issue with that little frame with the motor. I bought the motor. I bought actually the center shaft comes out the back a little bit, so I can't put the motor on.
Wait. Which little frame? Oh, you mean, I thought you meant the frame you bought. Okay, the motor you bought. The center shaft comes out,
I've
though.
got a nice track for you if you want winking face. Wing.
We have M83 is going to be our last. Wait, what's your track? I had a plan for the last track, but maybe we can switch. I was going to play M83 We Own the Sky for our last track. Yeah, the wing. Yeah, Osito. But why would the center shaft coming out the back? Oh, you mean the bottom.
Sonata Arctica. Cloud Factory.
You mean the bottom. Weird. What prop did you buy, man?
But if you already have one, maybe next time smiley face.
What kind of music is it? I want to do like a very... Let me listen to it. Oh, that sounds like a good track. No, we'll play that. The first... I want to do like...
Yeah, at the bottom where the bolts to the frame, so I need to punch out that thin little indentation a little more.
Wait, did you try my print yet? Is it all fucked up? I literally haven't even tried it yet. Anybody wondering, I'm going to be flying a fixed wing on stream soon, and I've worked on it like an updated fuselage to house all the components properly, instead of just being slapped on top, because it was like bothering my OCD.
MJ, is the left prop bent?
Everybody keeps saying that. I'm not like the front left.
That's the print I'm messing with right now. It looks good. It's just that one issue with the whole spot for the motor shaft.
Okay. It looks good. Okay,
Yes.
Awesome, dude. That's such good news. Printer man. Was it this one? I think there was one, Ben. I don't know. They look okay now? I like to take them off and flatten them on a table, but we don't have time for that. We got 15 minutes till sundown-ish. Do they look good now? Remember, the camera perspective is going to be a bit weird. Let's have them flat. I think they look good, right? This one's a little low, maybe. Let's also make sure that the feet aren't like the arms aren't weak, because sometimes they can break.
Perfect.
It can break at the feet. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, somebody else mentioned it earlier as well, and I was like, yeah, I'm so like, I get so distracted and sidetracked with everything. All right, so we're gonna do M83. I was really Printer Man, we're definitely gonna play your track next time, but I was planning on this being the last track. I just love this track. It also reminds me of That's It, That's All, my favorite snowboard movie. And it was like, I think it was like the last song. And we played another song we played a song.
No prob, mate.
Justice.
My cable conduits are fucked. Will it be okay if I tape it?
I think so. I do that. If I ever have anything.
Annoy the flight. 3.
Oops. Dude, I always double tap. Oh, the voltage. Looks like it sucks. Oh, bird. Did you see that, guys?
That's so cool. What time is it in the UK?
I love this song. Oh! It died. I'll leave you with the song. What a good song.
Well, look who's back, Dan9943. Still stalking the channel, I see.
I love ELRS Finder for searching the drone.
Honestly, that was perfect. The battery absolutely
It's
shit the
smoke from
bed.
Y-tube.
I'm going to dry this real quick and then I'll be right back. The battery was already the battery was gone. We were going to bring it in. It was like below where normally I would have it.
You get more view time and hours. peak.
All right. That was our last pack, guys. So that actually ended perfectly, in my opinion. Let me flick on the lights. Okay, there we go. You get more view time. It's smoked from YouTube. What are you talking about, Dan? If it's on tube, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I didn't do I normally do the vertical stream too, but I just didn't do that. Honestly, I kind of forgot. I did everything by the seat of my pants. I got my playlist together today. So yeah, normally I don't have a playlist, guys, but today I did. And Printerman, if you're still here, that's why I was really set on that M83 at the end, a particular feel I was going for. I was trying to fly like really slow and smooth, just kind of different than how I normally fly because I thought it fit the song. I tend to adapt to how, I tend to fly like how the song makes me feel.
Because if I view on Twitch and YTube, you get more traction for the algorithm.
Oh yeah. Well, Twitch doesn't know if you're on YouTube, and YouTube doesn't know if you're on Twitch, but it helps on both platforms if you watch on both, for sure, because the more viewers people see, the more they come in. I am just charging my stuff, and then we're going to talk about the new build. We're going to talk about what we just saw.
Yeah, but I might as well.
Take this module off while it charges.
Just to help you out.
Yeah, it does help. It absolutely does help. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I try to do something different. I hope people enjoy it. Okay, so for those of you who are new and just popping in, maybe, I fly live. For some reason that's rare. I know Ciati does it in his house, but I'm talking about outdoors. I think there's one other person I've ever heard of that does it. And so, I thought it'd be something cool for everybody to watch, and hopefully they enjoy. But definitely join the Discord. I'll give you the link Definitely tell your friends. Here is the Discord link. We have a cool little community. It's in Twitch and YouTube right now. Join up. I do play video games as well, but I've been flying mostly FPV lately. And just doing lives. Recently, I built this analog version. We're not flying that because it is absolutely it brutalizes these 2S batteries, and these are very high quality batteries. But we need 800 milliwatts to compete with digital. You know, digital is just superior. And I think digital is also better for drone feel. People don't really talk about feel a lot, but the human brain is incredible. We, you know, like we fly these drones and we're completely disconnected from them other than our vision system. What's up, Botflix? And in spite of that, when we can feel things, you know what I mean? Even I understand there's a lot of, our visual cortex is helping process, is helping aid in those feelings. But it's more than just seeing. Like, we can tell when things are slightly wrong or something feels weird or something feels better. We have this amazing ability as humans to connect with things that aren't immediately connected to us. And, I think that as such, the more you try to make your experience one-to-one with how you perceive things, the better it's going to be for your learning process. And drone feel matters. I'm new, but I think that's a valid thing that I can contribute and tell you guys. Drone feel matters, and I believe that a lens that the less distortion on a lens is going to sharpen your instincts and help you be a better pilot, a more sensitive pilot who can feel things. You can fly entirely analog and be amazing. I mean, I would arguably say the best pilots in the world are flying analog. But it's not because it's analog. It's because that's how they started. Do you? That's cool, Bob. So it just so happens.
Fly a little bit.
It just so happens they fly analog. But so my statements are for people who are new, and I think and people who are having a hard time. I think feel matters. People don't talk about it a lot, and I think if you don't use Expo, and you fly tiny whoops specifically, and especially if you can do digital, you're going to graduate to the next step faster, and then you'll be able to transition to whatever you want. But yeah, tiny whoops with an 04 on them or whatever. But the beta FPV digital systems are really cheap, $35 for VTX. Maybe that's the way to start. But I'm telling you, as long as I didn't notice that the lenses on the P1 beta FPV P1 system, whatever lens they pair with that little VTX, I didn't notice any barrel distortion. And this is just something I've discovered recently, and I want to share with people because I really think it matters, and it's something unique that I think people don't talk about. So just to give everybody a quick primer on what I'm talking about, I recently built an analog version of the tooth grinder that is identical. These are identical except for the VTX. And in order for the VTX to compete with digital in terms of range and penetration, this has to be set to 800 milliwatts. And as such, it drains the fuck out of these batteries. Digital is just more efficient. But what I ended up discovering, and I did start out flying tiny whoops, what I ended up discovering is that it just so happens that the lenses on analog systems typically have lots of barrel distortion. And that's not because they're analog. I just think it's a side effect of, We're making things for a small audience and small production runs, so we have to make them high quality but as cheaply as possible. So they're not using advanced, and I think it's also because the FPV scene isn't really, they know more about, you know, the electronics than actual optics. Optics is a whole extremely complex field. DJI does cameras, so not only do they have optics down, they also do the electronics. So they do cameras and drones, and having that optics expertise makes a difference. And just because of how the industry came about, you know, you're not getting advanced optics in these analog with these analog lenses, and you're getting lots of barrel distortion. And I believe it actually does hurt how it feels for new pilots. I think if you have the temerity, well, we'll go over that in a minute, Bot. And why isn't TTS working?
What do these cost?
Oh, there we go. It is working. If you stick with it, you know, like I said, the best pilots in the world right now they're analog pilots, but it's not because it's analog. It's just that's how they started. So, you know, if you stick with anything and you love it and you believe in it, you're going to get better and better and better, and that's just how it works. But as I said, my words are for beginners. And I just think that this accelerates you. And I didn't start out with digital myself. But I'm always thinking, I'm always mindful of what I'm doing, and I'm always trying to come up with a unique perspective. And as I migrated to this digital system relatively early in my FPV career, you know, because I've only been flying a little over a year. And if we're talking days, I've probably like actual 20 foot, like if we're talking,
Hey everyone.
what's up, Levs? If we're talking like, I mean, I've flown hours, you know, if we're talking actual flight time, because I only fly live. I do not practice off stream. So the number, like, if you can go back in my YouTube, I started on Twitch originally a few months before whatever you see on YouTube is when I started. Then that's it. All the flights you see are all the times I've flown, except for 2 minutes of testing twice, and literally one time showing my friends my drone at their camp. I mean, I've literally only flown on stream, so you guys have seen me sort of improve on the stream.
What I fly 6 batteries every day. You should fly some whoops inside it. So
I don't fly every day, not even close. Lately I've been live streaming more, but I'd love to do that. But if I'm not flying, I'm doing something else. And I started out with tiny whoops, but I really dislike flying indoors, and I don't really have a good house for it. I have low ceilings, and just it's like cut up weird. It's not. I don't love it. I started to gut my basement for that. So we still might do that. I have a Beta FPV 75 Air 275 Champion coming in that I'm actually going to do a review on. And we started out flying tiny whoops and 65 and 75s outdoors. That's how we started. And then I migrated to 2-inch and then 2.5-inch. And that's where I am now. And we're about to do a little bump because I think I'm outgrowing this in terms of the power that I'm looking for. So we're going to go from 1203 motors to 1303 and from 2S to 3S. And we are switching out the flight controller. And this is the 04 God unit that has been in 2 fires. And I will switch that out because with the new build, I want the quality, and I also want to go back in the woods like I used to and fly between the trees down low, which I could do. And I can't do with this version because it's been in too many fires and crashes. So, I mean, you know, there's exposed. I mean, I taped it up a little bit, but there's some electronics exposed that shouldn't be. So hence there's going to be interference.
Oh, that whoop should be amazing. 28 kV must be hot. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any Air 75 V2 reviews. Looking forward for yours.
That's exactly why I bought it. You know, like, I'm not anywhere big enough for them to send it to me for free, but I bought it because nobody's talking about it, and I want to see if it's worth a shit. To be honest, my skeptical reaction is that it's not good, because they would have sent it to a couple of reviewers and like, hey, reviewer A, B, C, and D are doing the Air 65. We want you to do the 75. And people want to get free shit, so they're just going to be like, okay, sure, I'll do a review. So I'm going to do a review on it. I think it's going to be the first review. The review is going to be subjective. I mean, I guess they all are, but we're going to be flying it outdoors on a low wind day. I would argue that 65 and 75s really don't belong outdoors, but we're going to see how this one hangs, and that's going to be a metric of if I think it's a good whoop. I will say, whenever I get it, I'll check my shop right now.
When are you gonna do this?
It's coming from China. I'm gonna do an actual video review, but I'm gonna do it live as well. The tracking is not really updating, to be honest. So I think it's still in China. It's coming straight from Beta FPV. Right. No tracking information, which means it might be stateside finally. So we'll see. But I started out flying whoops, and I will just very quickly say, I think the best way to get into FPV is to fly tiny whoops, not only because they're more durable, but I believe they are harder to fly. I believe it's more, you know, there's like especially if you're trying to do little tricks here and there, you have no inertia to help you. Really, you have very little inertia, we'll say, that's gonna do some things for you. So you're, you know, with tiny whoops, all of the maneuvers you do, the sticks are doing more work than gravity. Whereas like it's a little bit in the other direction the heavier you go. And the heavier you go, in my opinion, the more fun. But tiny whoops are the best way to become a great pilot.
That's 275 euros.
The
Right now,
Flywheel
I
Firefly
can't even
16.
think about buying a new whoop, lol.
That's a sweet one, but yeah, that is expensive as hell. Yeah, Air 65s are beautiful little drones.
I have an Air 65. I love that they do not attract that much attention than
Yes.
a 5-inch quad.
But I will tell you something. The sweet spot for quiet flight, and you're not going to believe it, is this guy, or these guys. So,
Flywheel gear is great. Lots
yeah,
of
they always
extras
get...
too.
Dude, Bruce, I have so much extra hardware that helped me out because of Flywoo that I used on other whoops. I love that they give you extras.
Yay, IMO Air 65, a perfect base for a custom build IMO.
Yes, exactly. Just the frame is really good. It's like they have a really nicely designed frame, especially the Air 65 2 frame. A bit less durable technically. Well, not less durable, but if you lose one of the little prongs from the duct, it's fucked. But other than that, it's a really great design. It's clever. Oh yeah, so what I was going to say is about quietness. So we've flown 65-inch, 75-inch, 2-inch, and 2.5-inch on stream. The light as fuck. Which one is that? Is that newbie drone?
Yes.
Who makes the light AF? Yeah, it's a newbie drone. Is it what newbie drone? I don't know. My brain's not working. 2-inch quads are loud. 2.5-inch are so much quieter. This thing is actually quiet.
NBD.
Newbie drone. Okay, that's what I thought. You like that frame. Do I have one of the, let's look. I'll pull out all my tiny whoop shit. But I'm telling you, this is very quiet. This is the sweet spot. And these are high pitch props. These are 4-inch pitch. You can get like 2.5-inch pitch. This thing is so beautifully quiet. It's nicer for my neighbors. My neighbors are cool anyway, but it's nicer for my neighbors, and it's way, way quieter than 2-inch. I swear it's like half the decibels. So yeah, 2.5-inch. I promise you. Like, I promise it's quieter.
2.5 inch.
Significantly quieter. Like I fly it out of here and it doesn't sound like a little banshee. If we converted this back to 2-inch, it's loud as hell. It's like zzz, it's like loud and annoying, and the 2.5 inch is quiet. You have more lift. It's 2.5 inch. Like if you're gonna go in this range, I really think people should fly 2.5 inch. You're gonna get more lift, so it is gonna, be a bit more powerful, especially if you get these high pitch props that I'm using. But it's just worth it to make the adjustment, because it's quieter. So you can fly a 2.5 inch like this around people, and they will not be like, what the fuck is that buzzing noise? I'm telling you, I promise you. And that's with 4-inch pitch props. These look at the pitch on these fuckers. With this pitch, it's quiet.
Please.
No, it's 2S. It's 2S. This is only 2S. These are the battery packs. 2S, 2.5 inch on 2S. These are RCM powered GTS V3, 1203s, 11,500 kV on 2S.
Is it?
Super quiet. Now, I am upgrading this, as I told you guys. I'm going to upgrade this to 3S, and these are going to then be 1303 motors, and we're switching out the flight controller, which is going to be the same weight. But it's just, it's able to handle 3S. The 3S version will be louder. But if you want a quiet, powerful, like stealth build that has great flight time, run a 2.5 inch on 650, 2S 650 with these 1203 motors and these Gemfan 2540 props. They got the little teeth. It's magic. This is a build that I've been wanting to put on YouTube and tell people about. This frame is called the Tooth Grinder. You can get it on CNC drones. It's a 2.5 inch frame. They do sell a 2. Don't buy it. If you want a quiet, stealthy, powerful build with a lot of lift, you get this. Anybody who flies this configuration can confirm it. You can also ask ChatGPT what's going to be quieter, a 2.5 inch or a 2-inch drone on 2S. It's going to tell you, and it knows. It's not bullshit. You got to have the paid version. It's got to be the thinking model. If you use the free model, it's garbage. It's just the truth. When we transform this to 3-inch, I cannot give that recommendation for a 3-inch on 1303s, but 3S. I'm sorry. We convert this to 3S. I cannot say that for 3S with 1303s, but I can say that 2S 1203s with these props. Incredible. And this frame is more of like a bando basher, like a little tiny bando basher. For a lightweight drone, the all-up weight with this pack is 127 grams with this pack. And this is not a toothpick build. It's not meant to be super ultra lightweight. Cool. As you see, I got the feet on it. These bumpers, these 3D prints come with like the drone in a file, but I made this antenna holder and I made this battery pigtail thing so you don't have like the bullshit like thing hanging and your props maybe hitting it if it comes loose. So now, and it's on my Discord, so I'll post that again. If you guys want to join my Discord, there's a channel called Check This. The 3D prints are in there.
I think they are 5,000 kV and I use 3s or 4s battery online and it rips.
1303 absolutely rips, dude. I'm getting 1303 8,000 kV, believe it or not.
3,100 kV motors are 4s. I get 10 minutes flight time at intensive freestyle.
3,100
Only problem
kV
is that the
for
frame breaks often.
See what I mean? And that's a sick build, but yeah. I mean, you got to be... I tend to go for thicker frames. Like, this is a little guy, and it's got 3mm arms. I have 3mm arm, and if you get the tooth grinder on CNC drones, get the 3mm arms. Like, if you want to fly freestyle that you want to bash around, there's 3.5mm arms on the Deep Space 3, and on the Deep Space 3.5, that's only 0.5 millimeter thicker. So this is like overbuilt in a way, but I'm telling you, it's built to withstand abuse for the size and be quiet and have great flight time. When it's not the winter, we get 5.5 to 6 minutes on these batteries, and that's like, you know, doing
The Volodor
fun
VX
little maneuvers.
3.5
That's not
is
just
pretty
floating.
durable, isn't it?
I don't know. I do know that Bruce in chat has one
What's
of
the
those, and
frame?
he would be able to comment on that. This is called the Tooth Grinder. It is a 2.5-inch copy of the Grinderino. If you're familiar with Bot Grinder's Grinderino. Okay, really quickly though, the 3D prints for the antenna holder in the middle. So I have the T antenna in the middle here,
I am.
and then I have the antenna holder and battery pigtail back here, out of the way of the props. No wires hanging around. Obviously, that means you have to put the cap right back there, but it fits. Same with this one. This is the digital build. But I have like the PLA version of my T antenna holder here, but I just think this layout is the layout for this drone. Instead of putting the antenna on your arm and then knocking it off in a crash or something, it's completely protected. It's not in the way of props. It ain't moving. This is the build. If you're gonna do I don't care what anybody says. I slowly settled on this build. This is kind of my design, we'll say. Yeah, CNC drones. This is my design, I'll say, in terms of like my setup. And I think I really kind of hit gold here. And so I would encourage you guys to fly this. As I said, I'm going to be going up in battery voltage and slightly up in prop size from 1203s to 1303s is an experiment. I want to see how 3S flies with this platform still on 2S, Jesus Christ, on 2.5-inch props. So the parts are coming. Now we also fly this guy on stream occasionally, which is a very special 3D printed drone frame with a very unique design that I think is kind of magic. And I made this claim before, and I'm not kidding. If I could have this in 2.5 inches.
What's your recommending T7i RT3?
What does that mean? What's my recommending T7 IRT3? My brain is blank. I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry. We'll talk about this in a minute. Again, I always talk about this. But
T700 or T300, my bad, sorry.
Are you talking about the battery? T700 or T300? I don't know why, but my dumb brain does not know what you mean by T700.
Carbon.
Oh! God damn it. I think T700. It's the I picked the highest. I picked the most expensive version. I picked the highest quality carbon fiber. Dude, I swear to God, I'm like an AI with like a low context window. Like I forgot we were talking about the frame. I was trying to like I was like batteries, fucking the motors, like. Yeah, but I have really bad ADHD, guys, so, and I'm unmedicated, so.
I have that frame on 3s. If
I really have like a low context window.
45 degrees.
I have that frame on 3S. If you want a super build, rotate your stack 45 degrees. Will give you way more space and looks like a full-size build just shrunk. Wait. The Volodor, Wade, or are you talking about Sam? Or are you talking, you're not, like, this doesn't come in 3, does it? Or... Can you talk about... Oh, 3S. Fuck. Dude, you guys...
Tooth grinder.
Yeah. I'm not kidding when I say I have really bad ADHD. I'm getting my brain scrambled.
$22 is not bad.
Like, I literally read 3S, but my brain is thinking 3-inch. I'm all over the place. I probably need to eat or something. $22 is not bad.
That stack.
I think it should be... Yeah. And make it square. That is probably a better idea, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it has the cutouts for it. Yeah, I don't know why I never did that. I think I was just too lazy. It points in this direction, so I'm like, okay, I got to be honest. You guys kind of know this. Anybody who's been watching for a while, you know I'm a little bit lazy. You know, the stack naturally has the arrow this way. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do that. I mean, if, you know, a 45 degree, it's just a matter of, for anybody not familiar, I'll show you. We'll connect it to Betaflight and fucking show you what Wade's talking about. I'm sure you guys already know, but for those of you who don't, that's who this is for. Oh, shit. Might want to go here. Okay, so we have board alignment, and we have roll degrees, pitch degrees, and yaw degrees.
I will get 2 frames next month, probably. Got to wait for my money, though, haha.
2 tooth grinder frames? Yeah, I... Like, and I bought 2 2.5 inch, and that's why I have an analog and a digital build. But yeah, you can switch your board alignment right here, and then, you know, you're fucking golden. It's really that easy. Yeah, Wade, weird that I didn't fucking do that, but I'm super like, you know how lazy I am. There's no PID tuning. You know how lazy I am.
Understand.
I
It
fly.
Really opens up the frame a lot to airflow
These are
into
my
fixed
rates,
things.
dude.
Still, you have a nice build.
Thank you. Actual and default. No PID tuning. No black box shit. So I'm sure this could fly a little better, but it flies pretty good for what I do. So yeah, dude, sorry. I'm clearly a little scrambled today, but yeah, 3. If I just read it a little more carefully. Yeah, I like that. I like that. But actually, that might not work for this print, because I want these, like, I want really short wires, and if it's rotated, the ground and VBAT are going to be like on the edge, which is not a big deal. But, yeah, you know what? Now I don't know that I'd do that. But I think that the T-mount, let's use this because this is just
Stop
more
flies
visible.
fine, 95%.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. This is a better example because I did it in TPU, but, the T antenna mount, I think, is a quality of life improvement. The
Makes it super easy
the
to get
antenna
to
holder
USPS.
and battery XT30 holder gets rid of, like, if you're like all that extra wire just hanging around, having to stretch up to the top, and if your battery comes loose, your props can strike the wire, and then you gotta fucking resolder. It sucks ass. Yeah, the USBs thing does annoy the fuck out of me with this build. It being right in line with the leg pisses me off, but yeah. That would be a nicer for that, for sure. But yeah, I originally started out with 1202.5 11,500 kV on 2S on a 2-inch build. Then we moved to 2.5 inch, the Gap RC Phantom, and then we went to this tooth grinder, which is way more durable. We broke both the Phantom frames very quickly, in very minor crashes. Well, yeah, and like the foot bent really
frame?
early. This is the we'll visit it on the web. We'll go to the website so I can actually show you guys. I'm not making, I'm not an affiliate, so I'm not making money off this. So I'm not shilling anything, just giving you my experience. I'm gonna tell you the downfall of this frame on digital. Well, on digital, it's not really a downfall, but it could be a little better. But anyway, yeah, I think that 1203s on 2S with these particular props is what makes this unique and fly incredibly well. So let's go to CNC drones real quick. I'll show you the frame. And then I want to tell you about one slight
I found it.
bummer about the 04. Oh, cool. Remember, there's a one, I think they have a few different sizes. It might even be called the Truth Grinder Maxed.
Anyway, bye-bye.
Take it easy, bot. Okay, Tooth Grinder 2-inch, 1.8. They have a 1.8 inch. That's kind of interesting. We did talk about that the other day. But this is the Tooth Grinder Max 2.5. You want to be picking the T700. And you used to be able to select 3 millimeters. I
Mine
swear.
has problems with turtle mode where it's a stretched X design. I need a dad hat to help.
A dad hat to help. Turtle mode where it's a stretch X. Interesting. So the stretch X makes turtle mode act weird. I could see that. What makes you fly a stretched X, by the way? And I don't know why this says replacement parts. But you used to be able to select a 3 millimeter base. You do. Okay, it's under replacement parts. It says $1. I see. Okay, so yeah, dude, if you guys get this, pick the 3 millimeter. How is this $14.50? I'm pretty sure I paid 22 bucks. What the fuck is going on here? Maybe it's a logic issue? No. How is this $14? Oh, it was like 22 with shipping. That's right. Okay. Dude, this is a killer price. You might need to get higher standoffs. I forgot. I kind of don't like the hardware that comes with it, but it's not like bad. But yeah, get the T700, get the 3 millimeter base plate, no question. You know, you want to be able to crash this thing. That's the build. So, you know, plenty of people fly tooth grinders, but like I said, I think
Stretched X has more authority. Every tooth grinder is a stretched X.
is it?
You aren't on the right page. This is for ordering individual pieces.
Oh, what the fuck? I was like, okay, I was confused. I couldn't be bothered to... Oh, yeah, shit. There we go. 3 millimeter. I do 2 millimeter top plate, not 1.5. I have my own 20 millimeter standoffs, but I did pick 20 because I want this to be an HD stack. And then the black T700. So 25 bucks. So it's a little more than it used to be. I think I paid 22. So yeah, you got to go to the page. I was on the fucking... I couldn't be bothered to read. Thank you, barbecue. Yes. So plenty of people fly this frame, but I think my particular build, in terms of props, motor, decision,
Look at the bottom
makes
plate.
a big
The motors
difference.
are farther away on the pitch axis, which I prefer, but you get more props in view.
Yeah. I notice it. I didn't notice it before. Let me get my calipers. I turtle mode just fine though. God, of course it's probably behind me. It's got to be behind me. Of course.
There's nothing better in this world than the first sip of a nice cold beer after a long day.
Zeroed out. All right, we're just going to go to the center of the screws. And it does seem like it's closer here than here. So we'll do... And it's just going to be... We'll say about 86.65. Wait. Wait, what? It's the same. It does kind of look... I'm confused. Are you sure? It actually, to me, when you said that, it did look like there's more space between here than here. But when I put the calipers on, or the... $86. It's about... Am I fucked up here, or... So, you're sure this is a stretch X, Wade? Huh. I don't think it is.
Maybe the tooth grinder is different. My Grinderino is a stretched X and they look
Oh,
so
your
similar.
Grinderino. Oh. Yeah, no, this is not a... Okay, wait, were you talking about the Grinderino? You said every tooth grinder... Oh, you did say tooth grinder. Okay, so no, the tooth grinder is not a stretched X. We do have a Grinderino, though. So we'll show people what you're talking about. This one is too big for the calipers, but... Unless I think I have measuring tape, but... So this is a Grinderino. It's in pieces. So what Wade is talking about is this is a stretched X because there's more distance between here and here than here and here. And this is very easy to show. We don't need calipers for this. I can literally just go like this and pivot. And it's shorter that way. It's not significantly shorter. It's about, I don't know, however many millimeters that is. It's about 8 millimeters shorter. But this is a stretched X design. So closer here, from here to here, than here to here. Yeah. Why aren't more... I'm surprised larger drones that are going to probably share more dirty air don't do a stretched X design. Actually. But you want to know the cure to that stretched X? The Plus. The only problem with the Plus is, you know, you got to have a kind of a decent camera angle or you have a fucking prop right in your face. So, but this one, you know, it's not. I don't know. This frame's great. I love this frame. But yeah, the Grinderino is a sick frame. But yeah, I'm curious about that. I never, you know, it's funny because I never noticed this was a stretched X. And everybody loves this. I've flown this for like a minute out in the front yard because it's just too powerful for around here. If I put 2203.5 2850 kV motors on this. Yeah, it's kind of a beast. Dude, my antenna is not... Oh, Look, I have a tiny whoop antenna on this. It's from the Air 65 because I was just testing it out. That's hilarious. We got to take this off and put on a nano antenna. That's funny. This was literally from an Air 65. This is a Beta FPV nano, like tiny whoop antenna. That's pretty funny though. It's pretty funny that I put that on there. I must have not had a spare one when I was doing testing. But yeah, this is a sick frame. But not something we can fly around here. This is just absolutely dangerous. You know, if this crashes into anything, whatever it crashes into is going to get fucked up pretty bad. And this is only 3.5 inch. So this I can get right at about 250 grams. Still not on 4S, of course. Still not great if you're bashing into something. This 127. And like I said, this is not meant to be like some ultra lightweight toothpick build. because this is a basher. This is in the spirit of the real Grinderino. Oh yeah, I should quickly talk about what I don't like about this frame, and that is if you're flying DJI 04 Lite, you're kind of stuck with a 20-degree camera angle, and it pretty much hits your flight controller. Sure, you can 3D print a new design that juts out and gives you some of that space, but then your camera is going to be less protected, and then we're kind of getting away from the whole fact that this is a basher. It's a little mini basher. If you're flying analog, aside from these couple of 3D prints that I added to it for quality of life, I also made universal analog mounts. And as such, as you can see, check this out. You can switch the camera angle to like 1 billion if you want. So,
Yo, can you buy me a drone?
sure, I'll buy you 10 of them if you want. How many would you like? Yeah, so it's just kind of a bummer having all that, like just the way that the 04 Lite camera's designed. It you know with the fucking, what is the cable
Just
called?
one I want to start FPV.
Save up. Trying to think.
There's a lot of snow where I live.
Yeah, there's a lot of snow where I live too, and it sucks. We fly live. Did you not catch our live stream? Here. I'll show you what we just did.
Nah, I just came like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, we fly live. So if you want to catch my streams, here, let me pause the music. You're going to see another version of me right there. Just objective story.
This channel is if you're into FPV.
I appreciate it, Bruce. So yeah, we just did that, and we ended the flight with a fun little crash in the snow. A couple. Let's see, where was it? Little yeah, here, we'll show you the crash.
Don't you get motion sickness while flying?
Absolutely not. I've been gaming since I was 4 years old. This is just a video game to me. I'm 45, and I can fucking light people up. I can light up
About to go outside and
kids
fly
in
a few more
Fortnite.
packs.
Literally. I'm in New York. We have a lot of snow and a lot of it's been supremely cold. Check it out. The battery died right here. When I tried to come down low, it just shit the bed. Watch. And couldn't recover. So that's how we ended. But I love this song, and we did a really flowy, slow, vibey flight for this song. Here I did nothing, but I think I was trying to figure out what to do. Oh, the bird. Check that out. Gotta pause it. Oh, it's right there. I caught it a little slow. Oh, bird. Let's try to catch it. It came out of fucking nowhere. It's right here. That's a hawk. Oh, bird. I'm
Did you
so
see
lazy
that,
with
guys?
those. Dude, I'd love to like just like follow a bird in the air and like play tag. I love this song so much. No, they do not.
They do not like drones, lol.
I wish we could be friends. Oh my god, that reminds me, I gotta show you guys something. Dude, I love the song. It's so fucking good. Alright, I hate to kill the vibe, but I will keep it going. I just love this song. It's such a good vibe.
Wind feels like minus
Hey
20
Siri,
C
what's
right
the
now
wind
here.
chill?
The wind chill is currently 30 degrees Fahrenheit.
So we're having a warm day today, which is unbelievable. We haven't had a warm day in like 2 months. 30 Fahrenheit is, you know, below 0 Celsius, obviously, but I love the song so much I can't, like, I want to keep playing it till it's over. So good for flying. Makes you feel so good. See what I mean about being vibey and flowy and just enjoying the view? The pale blues in the background, because it's such an overcast place that I live in. See, we were really testing the limits because I was feeling the song so much. The voltage was low. I'll show you. We're flying
Just
a
got a Parvo G Lite, and so far I like it a lot.
custom
What are you
2.5
flying in
inch
the
build.
video?
This was live, by the way, Power Play.
I love this song.
So I fly live. So if you go back in this VOD, you'll see me fly live. And watch, plop.
Oh.
Look at the battery. It was just below.
It died.
It was a perfect ending, to
I'll
be
leave you
honest.
with a song.
I let the battery voltage get so low it couldn't recover from a drop. It did. Yeah, we're good. It's right here. I'll show you. I gotta let the song
shit,
play
no,
out.
make
I
it through.
can't.
John Cage, 4 feet 33 inches, best track to fly to.
Printerman has a track that we're gonna fly to Tarun next time you pop in. Let me know, and those will be the next two that I queue up. Printerman song and John Cage 433. Let's see if we get me grabbing it on camera. Nope. The feed cut right there. Let me put my caliper away.
Hey, Taryn.
Just dropped my screwdriver. Yeah, so it would have been cool to get me like picking it up, but I think it just, you know. Why is Tootie so quiet?
Quiet?
I
I'm
love
just the
LRS
background
find
music
and
you
search
forgot
for
to
the
turn up. If you need more chatter, just hit the unmute button on your expectations.
Honestly, sounds good, buddy.
That was perfect.
Bruce, my man, hope you're well.
Thank you for the follow, Dan99, and or was that? Oh, that was 56 minutes ago. Was that old Tootie saying that? I'm so confused. Yeah, I think that was...
That's a fresh take, not some vintage Tootie catchphrase. I recycle sarcasm faster than you can hit replay.
Tootie, I'm not impressed by that.
Glad to hit the low bar. Aiming for mediocrity is an art form, after all.
Fucking... That's an understatement with you. Burn. Oh, wait, I must have
Wish
a
I
burn
had
thing.
friends to fly with. Don't know anyone that flies sorta sucks.
I don't really know anybody around me that flies either. Here's what I have to say about you, Tootie.
Oh, brother, this
Can't
guy
wait to hear
stinks!
it. Just make sure it's louder than the background noise of your own boredom.
You didn't hear it, but it was a SpongeBob clip where the fish in the background goes, "Oh, brother, this guy stinks!"
SpongeBob's fish clearly has a nose for nonsense. If the ocean can smell it, my mic shouldn't be any less sensitive. Guess I'll keep the stink meter off for now.
So are you admitting that you're nonsense?
If nonsense were a job, I'd be the top performer. Thanks for the promotion.
I didn't say it. This is the build. It is a 2.5-inch tooth grinder frame from CNC Drones with a Beta FPV 20 amp F405 and a DJI 04 Lite with RCN powered GTS V3 1203 motors, GemFan 2540 props
Stu from DFPV
on
has a pilot app
2S.
if you want to check there for local pilots or add a pin for yourself.
Interesting. I should check that out. I'm kind of a lone wolf, to be honest. I don't know that I want to
I'm
fly
an
with
FPV
anybody.
unicorn in my town too, at Powerplay 86.
I'm definitely a unicorn here and where I am. I can fucking guarantee that. Yeah, there's people. I mean, Weebleed is within 60 miles of me. Actually, probably more like 45, 50 miles. So I know there are people around me, more in the bigger city, but not here. But I'm fine.
Hey,
I
at least
just
now
like
you
to
got
do
this
my own
channel.
shit.
Join the Discord winking face.
Yeah, speaking of that, let me post the Discord link again. We do have, thank you, Bruce, for using the command. I didn't update it, though, so remember, YouTube is completely broken for commands. This is old Tootie again. Sorry, Tootie, you're old Tootie, buddy.
Old Tootie still glitching on repeat. If you wanted a fresh version, you'd have to reboot. No promises it'll be any less snarky.
I got to redo the cookies for old Toots here. New Toots, I did start the stream
Say
with
I
New
fly
Toots
most of the
today,
time alone.
and
Where I live
he
in
was
no two
glitching,
other
and I don't
pilots
know
are.
why. So
I've
You
only
do know
been
two
into
other
FPV
pilots,
for
though?
about 2 years, so still pretty new, but I seem to think I fly pretty good.
I'm sure you do. I mean, I think anybody who just like really has a passion for it is gonna be good. You know, like if you love it, you're gonna be good at it. You know. I'm like, I love FPV, but I also don't want to be like a world-class racer. You know, like I just have fun. So I'm not trying to be like the best pilot ever. I'm just trying to be the pilot that has the most fun. My version of me that has the most fun flying. And that's really what I'm looking to do. And that's all that matters, I think, for anybody.
I live in Vienna, and most people never heard from FPV lol.
Yeah. It's cool, though, because when they see it, they're like... I mean, when you show people that you can see through the drone from your goggles, I think that's when they're like, holy shit. Because at first they don't really think of that. They might see your goggles, but to be honest, most people aren't really... they don't know what the hell you're doing. So they're not really putting it together if they're just passively interested anyways. But then once you tell them, like... because plenty of people have seen drones float around and then you're on like an interface or something like that. and like a little screen in front of you, and the screen is really just in your eyes, but it is different. To have it closer, it feels like you're there. So once you explain that, I usually think they're pretty impressed.
I started a 10 inches build, but don't even know if I want to finish it. Build a 5 inches quadler, and man, does that thing rip.
I still have yet to build my 5-inch, but they're fucking 5-inchers are insane. I mean, a 10-inch is crazy. But the question, yeah, I mean, I've started builds I didn't finish either. It's just sometimes you're just like why don't sink more money into it if you're not into it?
It's worth trying to find new pilots at least.
A competition to do YouTube submissions like IGO, Shorty's FB, occasional one, Schwartz. Yeah, that's if you're more of a lone wolf like me, what Tarun suggested there is still a very good idea, because you're still flying solo, but you're submitting your flights, you know, with other people's flights. It sort of gets you to, you know, put your best foot forward, and it can definitely like just a little bit of like, it's not like heavy competition, but a little bit of friendly competition can definitely like help you rise to the occasion. So yeah, that stuff is cool. I always said I was going to do that, but I'm always, like I said, when I'm not flying, I'm doing a bunch of other random shit. So I'm not good at like parsing out my time. What was I going to say? That reminded me of something, but anyway. Yeah. So we got that. Oh yeah. That's it. Okay. So remember when we saw trees and laziness usually our worst enemies?
Trees and laziness are usually our worst enemies.
So true. What's up, Technique?
What's up, Drommies?
Okay, so remember when we went back in the VOD from earlier? I was flying to the M83 song, and then you guys saw that bird? That reminded me, I backed a Kickstarter project of an ornithopter drone. You may loathe to find out that it is not FPV, and I hope that one day it is, but it's really cool, so I want to show you guys that. Okay, I was typing. I hate typing with one hand. It's not the X-Fly. It's Bionic Bird. There's a new one. Let's just go to the desktop. Lasers. It's this company, but it's not this drone. This is older. Stop it. Get out of my face, pop-ups. I wonder... So let's go to this guy.
I used to be into motocross, and now I'm into FPV, so I'm trying to do moto chasing, and I did a couple chases and they went awesome. Can't wait for
motocross is fucking sick. Dude, that's so fun. But I imagine it's extremely expensive, and when you get hurt, it's fucked. Is there any reason why you got out of it? Was it an injury? Was it just too costly?
All drones are FPV with a couple of rubber bands and a cheapo analog cam, VTX.
This is true. If I could add a VTX to this, maybe we can. It is awful light. But check it out. I backed this. This company's been out for a while, so they make really good ornithopter drones. And it hold on. I got to pause the music because I can't. It ties into... Okay, so I printed out this wing, and we're going to fly a micro wing on stream, everybody. And... let me see. Can I get the parts? I threw away the fuselages because I'm doing a bunch of... I'm trying to see. Yeah, I don't think I...
crashed pretty bad in the dunes in Michigan and pretty much gave it up
pretty bad in the dunes. Yeah, it's fucking dangerous, but it's also amazing. Okay. We don't have the fuselage. But we do have the 3D printed wings. I have to print. I redesigned the fuselage, so that's why. And I haven't printed a new version. I have a bunch of them in the garbage. I guess I could take one out maybe. This is an old one. Not a good. Not the right design, but this is. The hell is that? Here are the parts. It's going to have an 04 on the back. Antennas on the ground. So the 04 is going to go in here. We are going to fly this live on stream. The servos go like this. On each side. I'll just put in one. The motor goes back here. We got the PWM receiver. So the antenna is going to go on the wing. The PWM receiver is actually going to go on the bottom in the redesign that I did. And the ESC, we're just going to use our fingers to twirl the props around. We're not going to fly with an ESC because we're just going to pretend. Just kidding. I don't know where the ESC is. Okay, here it is. And here's our ESC. That's going to go underneath as well. I did buy a crimping tool so I could make these nice and short, get everything nice and tight instead of gluing it on top like the original designer kind of did, which I hate. But these are the parts. And we're going to fly this on stream. And, you know, one of the reasons why I want to do this is it, you know, it's closer to being like a bird than a drone. And I think that's what we all, I love drones, and I love what you can do things with drones you can't do with a wing. Like most things you can't do with, like a wing is very limited compared to a drone. However, that being able to glide and float on the air, and I think we all just want to be birds. And I thought, and I saw this really cool ornithopter project. And I'm like, well, yes, I want it to be FPV, but in my opinion, although I'm always going to fly drones and love it, we just want to be birds, right? So the ultimate for me, I think I decided after I saw this, and by the way, ornithopter drones have been around for like 14 or 15 years. People have been doing really amazing versions of them for years now. But I saw this and I'm like, you know what?
How do you do with the small FOF of the 04 Lite?
It has no effect on me. I love it. Well, I'll get into that in a minute because everybody's heard me rant about this for the past like 3 weeks, but I do not mind talking about it again. But check this out real quick. We'll skip ahead.
Hi, I'm Edwin from Bionic Bird. For 15 years, we have
The sound is in one. They did his voice in mono for this video, and it's in the left channel, and it's pissing me off.
You know that's bird-like flying machines?
Pure flight.
Okay, check this out.
Fine-tuned every detail.
Dude, I hate the acting. It's so stupid. I hate marketing.
And perfect balance. The result? 2 amazing flight modes in one clever design. It comes with 2 swappable tails, each with 5 settings, letting you choose between high-speed thrills and ultra-slow precision.
So you can basically add different tails, and then you can angle the tail for drag, and then fly it fast or slow, so you can fly it indoors. A future version of this would have would have a remote, like, where you could switch the tail on the fly, which is what we do, like a fixed wing. Like you'd want that, you know, you have the elevators, the ailerons, and the rudders. Ideally in the future, instead of just like, for this, you have to like, well, let's keep let it play for a minute.
Pop on the speed tail. Wacky's got a fast, agile flyer.
See how I just said pop on the speed tail, and then you can change the angle too.
Kilometers per hour, as fast as a cruising pigeon. It's a blast for pros, but still accessible thanks to built-in flight assist. Outdoors, it's stable up to 50.
This little bastard actually has a flight controller.
Its lightweight design and smart electronics give you smooth, controlled flight, whether you're cruising a gym or dodging seagulls. Even the motors and batteries are not standard. Each component was specially developed with our manufacturers
Thanks for
to
playing
adapt
Taran Lol.
to our unique needs. This makes the Swift
What are you guys
one
saying?
of the most advanced
Just saw a review of
and
this thing. It's not
challenging
your type.
ornithopters to produce.
Well, this one's not out yet. The review, Lester, that you may have seen was like one of their other drones. They have a different one called the. They have two other
Can't have a
drones.
very long flight time, I wouldn't think.
No, they have pretty long flight times. They're ultra lightweight. I think it's something like 15 minutes or something. But hold on. Bionic. What the fuck is the name of this company? Bionic Birds.
Wow.
This one is not out yet, guys, but they do sell other ones. Oh, dude, the internet is scrolling. They sell the X-Fly, the Metafly, and the Metabird. A lot of people know about the Metafly first. What is happening with the internet? A lot of people saw this Kickstarter. That was like, I think, their first Kickstarter, and then they came out with the Metabird, and then the X-Fly.
Oh shit, wow, would not have thought that.
Yeah, no, it's got really long flight time. So here's what I'm saying. So the thing with these drones is,
Right, brothers, anyone fly a paper airplane recently?
That'd be fun. I mean, that's about how light this is going to be. But the one thing is you have to change the tail. Like if you want to fly fast, you have to get it. You have to change the angle of the tail, then you let it go again. In the future, you'd want to be able to control that on the fly. Oh, the fucking puns. Yeah. So, but whatever. It's still a nice. It's a pretty innovative little thing, especially like. I think the end all be all for me is I want to fly like a bird, like Nelly Furtado says. But I want it in FPV. So, if this can handle the weight of us literally duct taping an 04 to it, well, I mean, it's not possible because we need to.
They say never.
We need to
seen
put a
motor.
battery on it
Looked
too.
to me like a regular brushed motor, or do I mistaken it? If only there was a little rocket on it, maybe a couple actually.
Only was a little rocket on it, maybe a couple. Yeah, it needs a rocket. No, I think you're correct, Lester. I think it's a brush motor for sure. They kind of show like the
Switch
internals
to
of
wide
it.
tail, and you can glide indoors at just 3.5 kilometers per hour, twice as slow as our last model. Takeoffs are easy from a table or floor.
Didn't he just say, I'm zoning out? Hold on.
Twice as slow as our last model. Switch to the wide tail, and you can glide indoors at just 3.5 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, that's
Twice
speed.
as slow
I'm
as
starting
our last
to
model.
my eyes are starting to glaze
Takeoffs
over.
are easy from a table or floor, and flying in tight spaces feels effortless. It's also.
I'm more about like I'd want to fly the fast. I'd want to have the tail down and fly fast.
No assembly needed except attaching the wings. Just place it down, tap your phone, and enjoy instant flight.
See, I wouldn't use the phone. I'd use their little controller. The music.
For us, the Swift is a dream come true. Fast, fun, and incredibly easy to fly. We hope you'll love it as much as we do. Thanks for being part of the journey. See you in.
It's good because they got the t-shirts made. Dude, here's the thing. This is their fourth one. Make it FPV, man. I know, but the problem why they're not doing that is it's going to be more of a battery drain. It's going to have more electronics. Then you got to have goggles. I get it. I get why they're not doing it, but god damn it. Like what we want is FPV. We want to be the bird. But I bought that because it just looks fun to fly, and we'll fly it on stream. I'll just have to put a camera out front, and we'll just fly back and forth a couple times, go wee, and so that'll be a fun thing. But that's not coming out till we won't do that till the fall.
Looks
I
like
think.
a bat when it flies.
Yeah. It kind of does actually. I think this won't be out till September or something. But they have other ones that we could buy now, but I'm just not doing that. So I backed this. It was like $100. It's whatever. I think it's cool. I think it's neat.
Make a Kickstarter for FPV petition.
Like I mean, I did make a comment. Let me see if my comment's on here. I understand why they can't do it. Like I get, but I said it anyway. I'm like,
Money talks, comments walk.
I just want to put it in their ears. As an FPV drone enthusiast, I'd like to request a future version of this as a camera so I can fly with my FPV headset. You could use an analog camera that's ultralight like the Beta FPV CO3. Use a light VTX like the Runcam TX 100 Nano. What's the all-up weight? It said, thanks for your comment. We have been working on that for several months. Our camera was 0.5 grams in VTX about... Holy fuck! So they're working on it. We added a micro motorized stabilization system, very hard to develop, based on 2G sensors, one on the bird body, one on the camera, but all together including the additional battery required to power the camera, VTX, and additional current consumed by stabilization motor. It's much more weight than the Swift can carry. So we did a much bigger prototype and made all that work for real. But it's a big step for us to make a commercial version from this in terms of funds. We can't afford it yet, and it would be anyway much more expensive to produce. Oh my God. Oh my God, I will be first in line. I need this. Fuck yeah. Holy shit. Dude, they're fucking, like, they're really clever.
Even they say more money me.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense. It's very, like, so they had to put, they're trying to like, I get it. It makes sense. Like, think about it. I didn't even think about the stabilization aspect. I literally put no thought into this whatsoever. Because, you know, I'm not inventing it. But, yeah, think about, like, so a fixed wing is going to have bobble even on a low wind day, but it's not flapping. So this thing's going to be fucking going like this. And so they developed a version that has a gyro on the fucking camera and on the flight controller, and they're doing stabilization on the fly, and they got it working on a larger version. They could actually handle the battery, but they just can't scale to it. And the other problem is that amazing version might not sell because not enough people are into FPV. Yeah, it's jello. But with theirs, like, he literally just said that they have a micro motorized stabilization system. Like, these are fucking impressive engineers. That's awesome.
Actually, Jello sounds like the right mounting solution in that case.
We should just do that. That's going to be my Kickstarter. I have the simplest solution that I didn't even come up with. It was my buddy Tarun, Jello. And then I just, like, set the camera in Jello. Look, it fixes everything.
Innovation and invention are not easy, man. I like the fact that you support and appreciate inventors, MJ.
Hell yeah, Emperor. That is the truth. Yeah, I mean, and these guys are doing a really cool thing. I'll be first in line for that PV version. That sounds incredible. Micro motor stabilized.
Yes, the engineering is very impressive. Do bird wings get more efficient as they get bigger like quad props?
That's a good question. I feel like they must,
Don't
right?
Make it look easy, then
Think about, like, a hummingbird versus, like, an eagle. Hummingbirds burn through calories because of their tiny little insane wings that make them just, like, hover. Don't make... Yeah, Emperor, you gotta... How are you doing on your wingsuits, by the way, man? We still have like 10 frames that you gotta sell. check that out. This fits 2-inch props. This is the wingsuit by FPV Emperor. And it comes with all the goodies. Hit him up. Or come in my Discord if you want to buy the frame.
Get an updraft and not have to flap the
It's carbon
wings and
fiber.
increase flight times like big birds do.
Handmade, actually. Get an updraft and do not
You
have
should
to
take
flap
the
the
first
wings
frame
and
you
increase
made
flight
and
times
frame
like
it for
big.
your wall
Yeah.
roll.
I would do that. Like if Tarun. If I made a frame like Emperor, I would probably frame my first one. For sure. Let's get this mess out of the way. But, you know, to me, I think being a bird is like the ultimate flight experience. Gliding through the air, just like sitting on the air. You can do that with wings. You know, you can cut the throttle and just glide. You can do that with this ornithopter as well. In the day that there is an FPV ornithopter, I am all in.
I also find these bionic birds very impressive. I can imagine the depth of research they do.
Oh yeah, it's extremely impressive. I think when you're doing anything dealing with aerodynamics, it takes quite a bit of engineering
There
expertise
are
and
lots of
talent.
high-aspect RC glider kits that can just hang mid-air with a decent breeze. Very fun.
I'm trying to think of the word. Is it biomimetics?
Okay, it's starting to sound cooler and cooler.
Yeah, biomimetics. I was right. I had to look it up just to make sure. So, you know, it would be biomimetic research is what they're doing. There are lots of higher aspect RC glider kits that can just hang midair with a decent breeze. Very fun. Yeah, it's just, there's something magical about it. It's starting to sound cooler and cooler. It is. It's super cool. I mean, it's amazing. I backed it because it's just flying a little bird in your front yard is fucking, how cool is that
I
shit?
definitely have my first frame kept safe to this day. My special guy.
Yeah, you gotta like do a little shadow box, if you know what that is. Like a little shadow box is like a frame on the wall but has depth to it. Do like and have it post out from the back and then like stand out as your like #1 frame. I almost just lost my antenna. We're trying to get all this crap out of the way so it doesn't look like a gross mess. Yeah, I gotta finish. So we are gonna be flying this fixed wing on stream. But yeah, in the end, I want an FPV ornithopter. And the other problem that company is going to run into, and we'll just go to their webpage. They sell they sell ornithopters right now. Like here's the X-Fly.
Remember the
I'll just mute it so and you guys can watch. You can just watch the video while I'm talking. They're just like, remember drones, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Anyway, they do cool shit. But the other problem with them developing an FPV system is like, they're trying to make a finished product. What I mean by that is a lot of companies that make electronics, you know, you buy the thing and it does all the things. It doesn't interface with other parts and companies. Like FPV is sort of like building a computer, right? You have a bunch of motherboard manufacturers. You have a couple of chip manufacturers for CPUs. You have a few manufacturers for memory. You have SSD manufacturers and HDD manufacturers. And like all these systems work together with all these standards and you can build a computer that's with different brands and stuff. Most companies like this that are building electronics, they're not building something that is jiving with an ecosystem. And if they did, their audience would be so small. So not only is it an uphill battle in terms of an engineering challenge to build an FPV ornithopter, on top of that, they have to make their own goggles and their own remote, which they kind of do on the phone, which I don't love, but they do have a system for that.
Scope creep for them.
Exactly. Scope creep is the perfect word. And so it's like, fuck, we have to do our own goggles, maybe our own remote, or maybe we're going to stick with the phone. We have our own micro stabilized motors for image stabilization. Like all of this, it's just scope creep. And that's the only way they can do it. If they made this ornithopter to work with our FPV systems, now they're 200 or 500. That, remember, they have engineers working on this shit. And a good engineer is going to get paid, 175 to 250 grand a year. So a couple engineers in 1 year is going to cost them almost $500,000. And they're spending $500,000 on R&D, and that's not including materials and prototypes and all of the failures, and then all of the fixed and variable costs that come with a business. Then they're going to sell it to us, the fucking 12 of us that exist on the planet. You know what I mean? FPV is too small for that. So they really, if they do this, it has to be from the ground up. And that also gets
Surely
them to...
it would be easier for them to just slap on ELRS or just regular PWM over wireless rather than DIing it.
It might be. The micromotor stabilized engines, micromotor stabilization is still, they have to invent that. Because digital, like stabilization on the fly, Rocksteady isn't on the fly, right? Like you don't like see it in your goggles. You just see it in the recording. So like there's no digital. So they need that at least. But I mean, yeah, they could solve the other things. Like ELRS is open source. So you're right about that. But that's a very small part of the problem. But that would allow us, that would be an easy way for us to interface with our remotes. But other than that, they still got to do the image stabilization with tiny motors on, as they said, on the stack and on the camera. Gyros with micromotors. So is what he said, something like that. Yeah, and then like there is no standard for unless you're using analog, unless it's an analog signal. And actually they couldn't even use the analog standard because it's a digital system that requires a special kind of stabilization that you just don't see or need on even fixed wings. So they'd have to use what?
If they use tech that's there. When did these guys start?
Oh, they've been around for a while. I think this guy said they've been around for he's been doing ornithopters for 15 or 20 years. Tootie, can you look up and see when Bionic Bird came out as a company?
Bionic Bird kicked off on April 22nd, 2010 out of Marseille. If you need more dates, just ask the drones. They're punctual.
You the Spud, Tootie.
Spud, huh? If I'm Judy now, you're the one who finally learned to spell my nickname. Nice upgrade, though the firmware still smells like old coffee.
I said Tootie, bud. It's the VAT error again.
VAT error strikes again. Must be the universe's way of reminding us that even code needs a coffee break. What do you need fixed this time?
Nothing. Stop it. Yeah, so 2010. So 16 years, and I think he's been obviously doing it longer than that, and then he started the company in 2010. So
Right, so nothing wrong with them using what they know works even if it's proprietary.
right. But like I said, the only open standard that I believe they could use is the LRS. There is no open standard for video. Unless you consider analog that open standard, and it literally is not capable of what they need. They literally need to do digital mechanical image stabilization. So they're doing both. And And their experience is such that I would also think that they just wouldn't want like a
OpenIPC.
crappy system. Yeah, OpenIPC is newer. Yeah, that's true. That's the newer system. That's the newer, but OpenIPC sucks right now, man. It's kind of terrible. It's not in like a shape that they could use it. Maybe they could shape it though.
But that too heavy.
Yeah, very heavy. I honestly, it really still seems like the only open standard they could use is ELRS that would be reasonable. And oh, you know, like OpenIPC, just as cool as it is, it really is thinking of fixed wing and drones, and ornithopters have to be birds, you know, so they have to be hot, you know, ultralight, light as fuck. Speaking of that, somebody mentioned the newbie drone light as fuck frame. I don't think I have one, but I have all these fucking tiny whoop frames sitting around. By the way, anybody?
Yeah, so their best solution is just to have gyros.
Does anybody
send
recognize
telemetry to
this?
Some goggles, base station that's doing some crazy life stabilization.
Do you recognize this? This is a wool sweater. First one in chat that knows what it's from gets a high five. And trust me, you want a high five from me. It gives you magical powers.
Love that sweater.
Bruce, you don't, you and Tarun don't count. You know what it is already. But so you get high fives because you already know. Oh, you don't know? You don't know? Okay, well now you got to guess.
That's the carpet from that movie. Well, Supercross starts in a few
It's not the carpet.
Subscribe to the channel, it'll be back. Have a good night.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for hanging. It's not the carpet. All right, hold on a second. Nobody in chat can guess? Let's go to the dumpster.
Later power.
Later power. Oh, and say goodbye to the raccoons. What up, Jason? What's going on? Tootie, say hi to Jay Ronaldo in chat.
Hey, Jay Ronaldo, what brings you to the chat? Hope your name isn't a typo for Cristiano. Got any gaming news to share?
He thinks he's wondering if you're related to the soccer
Just
player.
a PV lol. Grayson wanted to watch Uncle Phil.
I wear it like the carpet. What's up, Grayson? Right now we are we're showing our drones. Ready? Our high-tech Stinger transition. Yeah, this is the drone. We flew this live earlier. But we were looking at tiny whoop frames because I have a bunch of them just sitting around. These are little guys, little lightweight ones, and I have all these damn frames just sitting around that I don't use right now because we stopped flying tiny whoops. We started flying bigger ones. We still got more. I think we got a few newbie drone cockroach frames. We have some Beta FPV Air 75s, some Air 65s. And I don't think we have any Mobula frames.
The Big Lebowski.
Oh my god, it took, yes. High five. You got it.
I knew it.
That is the Pendleton Westerly from the Big Lebowski. I thought somebody on, I knew I was going to be somebody in YouTube chat. Let me pull it up just in case. It's the dude's sweater. Let's see if Toots knows. Tootie, do you know what kind of sweater the dude was wearing in the Big Lebowski?
Thank you, Emperor. I knew it, but
the
just
dude's
couldn't place
iconic look is a white Pendleton wool cardigan, officially the Westerly sweater. It's the kind of pattern that says, I'm a
Yo, put
laid-back
those frames on a
philosopher,
chain
not
and
a
rock the
fashion
swag.
victim.
You the Spud, Spud.
Spud, huh? Guess I finally earned the title after all. Anything else you need? Or just testing my patience?
I'm just testing your patience, buddy. It's okay. Let me open this image
What's
in
the
new
carpet
tab.
call from the movie at Tutti?
He might not answer. Remember, this is the old version of him. The new version just was
Sure,
glitching
that's
today.
one way to look at it.
Oh, he didn't answer. That's this. Literally identical. This company's been making this sweater for years, and then he popularized it. And I was like, when I realized you could buy this, I'm like, oh my god, it's like my favorite movie. I have to get this. So I very much embody the dude's lifestyle, for better or for worse. But back to the mess. Yeah. So yeah, these are kind of useless right now. And if we
Dude, is that a $400 sweater?
yeah, I think I paid $275. Is it $400 now? Let me look it up. You can get it off their website for $275.
See what I did there?
I actually... The rug? Was there a reference to that, to the rug price? No.
Yay, that's some bones.
Yeah, it's not. No, I actually don't get the reference. Oh, shit. My phone's ringing. All right, we gotta wrap it up, but hold on. I'll show, if Grayson's still here, I'll show you one of our earlier flights. Oh my god.
He's watching. I love the drone shots from.
We're gonna watch our flight, or one of our flights earlier, right here. You love the drone shots in yeah, tons of drone shots in the Big Lebowski in 1998. Okay, our last flight. We'll do our first flight, just part of our first flight, and our last flight. Actually, I had to restart. Did we had like a little mini crash, and then we restarted. You're gonna, oh, let me pause the music. You're gonna see, so there's two versions of me. This is the me back there. This is old me about an hour and something ago. Here, let's go. We fly right out of the window. Here, let me move out of the way a little bit. I can't remember if I crashed here, but we didn't crash. Okay, it doesn't feel like much of a change.
FPV, a new pilot name is born.
Yeah, actually, this was the crash, but we want to play it on the second one. Yeah. We want to start it here. We had to dry it off. And we restarted here. Here we go. We're
Next
playing
flight,
this song
consider a
again.
heater for the prop.
Because fuck it. Oops. Bad words. Because it's a sick song. Grayson can't hear that. Cross your fingers. We don't fucking crash out of the sky. Called me. I don't know what she needs. All right, hold on.
Tootie thuggin'. Guess I'm finally living up to the hype. Scrambling brains and everything.
What's up, chat?
Yeah, people on YouTube, if you're popping in, this is just, we flew earlier live. We fly live every time. I didn't. Okay, but I'm doing something. Look at that drop, Grayson. Isn't that awesome?
Drops on drops.
Fuck yeah. PG-13.
Rubik's Cube. He says that's cool.
You're gonna be doing that too,
That was
Grayson.
wicked.
We're gonna teach you how to do that. Biggest split ass you've ever seen, with a 2.5 inch. Yeah, these props are 2.5 inch.
Nicey. Oh yeah, lol.
This song got me hyped.
Get a little flashing red replay text overlay for these non-live parts.
I should. This is a replay. Well, you can tell because the other me's there looking straight at the ground. Oh yeah, I like the look backs on the road that I've been doing lately. They're kind of fun.
Great idea.
See? That right there. Those are sick on the road. We fly up next to the house. Whoa. As close as we can be like a bird till we get the fixed wing going. And then we bring it in. I think I might have bring her in.
So many people come in not knowing he streams live flights.
That's true. And we flew it and we landed it right on the pillow. Perfect landing. Yeah, usually about on like Twitch, I don't like my viewership goes from like 2 to 5, but on YouTube I maybe have a consistent 10 to 12 people, but about 250 people end up coming through for the stream. And a lot of times they come through when I'm done flying. So they don't know that I fly live because I'm genuinely the only person on YouTube that does it. I think I've heard of people say there's one other guy that occasionally does it, but nobody really does what I do. So eventually it'll hopefully catch on. It's just, I'm just doing it for fun. But hopefully it'll catch on. Scooby. So Scooby, are you new? Yeah, Jason, you're on Twitch chat, but there's a few people watching on YouTube, and then like I said, there are a lot of people like cycle through. All right, we are about to wrap it up. I gotta pick up this mess.
It on YouTube.
Midnight Jesus, same spelling. Yeah, but Twitch is technically better because right now the YouTube stuff is broken for our little Spud pal over there. Look at my.
Ooh, you could have a little replay corner constantly playing in the corner.
That would be kind of fun. Are you out, Tarun? Thanks for chilling, man. Yeah, I'd prefer people.
Twitch may win the reliability crown, but YouTube's broken link sounds like a classic Spud Pal networking glitch. What specifically is failing? Embed, chat overlay, or the damn VOD? Let me know and we'll see if the Dirt Church can bless the fix.
The YouTube inner tube cookies that I have to like, pull and throw in basically break, and then you can't interface with YouTube properly.
YouTube's inner tube is probably just a busted session. Clear your browser cookies for youtube.com, then reload and let the site set fresh ones. If you're using an embed, make sure third-party cookies aren't blocked in your privacy settings. That usually unjams the playback.
I already knew that. We can just have a conversation, man. You don't have to tell me stuff every day. You don't have to teach me every time. Hopefully he learns. Oops. There we go. Did you hear what I last said, buddy?
You said something about a YouTube inner tube and cookies. Basically a busted session. Clear the YouTube cookies or disable third-party cookie blocks and try again. Anything else still acting up?
I was just telling you I already knew that and we could just have a conversation. I was just complaining about it.
Got it. You've already wrestled the cookie monster. What's on your mind now? Stream setups, game talk, or just venting at the internet's broken plumbing?
We're actually going to end the stream, so I think you should sign us out and say goodbye to people on Twitch and YouTube chat.
Ending the stream? Fine, I'll pretend to fade to black while you scramble for a decent sign-off. Good luck not leaving the audience hanging.
I stutter sometimes. What can I say, buddy? It's not my fault.
Stutter's just your brain buffering. Throw in a pause, pretend it's dramatic, then keep rolling. Nobody's grading your speech.
That is a good way to put it. Thank you. I'll use that one.
Glad it landed. Embrace the pauses. They add weight, not wobble.
Oh, nice. Now you're on YouTube. Yeah. The YouTube experience is roughly the same, but you can't really interface with 2D the same way because I didn't fix it yet because it's a laziness thing.
YouTube still feels like a never-ending scroll of suggested videos and cookie pop-ups. Exactly the digital equivalent of a bad elevator music loop. Anything specific bugging you about it?
No, buddy. We're good. This is the older version of 2D. The newer version, I literally finally finished it last night, and it was being really weird today.
Congrats on finally crushing the new Tutti. Finally something that isn't just a sugar-coated legal high. Hope the ending was worth the hype.
Actually,
anything else you're...
Really quickly, I'm going to run the new version. Because I want to see if it's still broken. I don't know why it was glitching. I think there was actually a problem with our inference. So, CD/. So we're going to run the new version, which is much more conversational. All right, buddy, can you hear me?
Crystal clear.
That's not supposed to happen. And I don't know why that's happening. So I have to do like the new version is so much better. It has all the integrations,
Tutti, give
all
us
the
some
complexity.
18 plus your mama jokes.
Oh no, I just turned him offline, Bruce. He's like broken. The new version of Tutti is just totally it's a sampling rate error. I know what it is. It's a sampling issue. And so he's coming in all choppy. It's really like that code shouldn't have been touched. So none of the code should have been touched for the last fixes I did.
I forgot about your nephew maybe watching too.
So your mama jokes? It's all right. He's off though. But yeah, that code shouldn't have been touched. I have no idea why it's stuttering like this. It doesn't make any sense to me. No, it can't be that. All right, okay, we're going to try one more thing. I'm going to turn TTS off real quick. So you guys aren't going to your voice is not going to be heard. Let's see, because they are both using TTS uses inner tube and master chat. And you know what? Let me do debug. And then I'll copy these to Claude Code. The exe file is literally disappearing. Bruce, you're a software programmer. Can you explain that? Like, my exe, so I compile the exe, I throw it in my root directory, and when it crashes in console, it disappears out of the root directory. I've never heard of that before. Like, and I have to recompile. It literally just disappeared. The exe just... That is some wonky-ass behavior. I've never experienced that before. So I'd have to recompile just to get it to run again and then run debug. Anyway, well, I'll fix that off stream. But the new version of Tootie is way better and more interesting to talk to. But hopefully we'll get that running tomorrow. However, so Grayson, if you're still here, you got to watch my cool outro video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to join the Discord. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, etc. Thanks for watching. Peace out.